Hi guys, and welcome to another episode tutorial with me, Joseph Evans, author of the Secret Sequence, the Phoenix Prophecy, and the Ember Effect. So today I'm going to be showing you how to put slightly more advanced choices in your stories than I've previously shown you in my videos. This is going to be the first of a series of videos I'm going to make on advanced choices. So this one is going to be the simplest of the lot, and we're going to get slightly more complicated as we go along. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to allow your player to choose from some options of what they want to do with their day. So we're going to have Aya ask Loca what she wants to do, and you can either choose to go to the arcade to spend some time, or you can choose to go to the park to spend some time. And whichever one you choose, that's what happens. So the player actually does have some kind of impact on the story itself, whereas in the simple choices video I just showed you how to kind of give the illusion of choice, but kind of everything that happened after that was exactly the same. So let's get straight in here. I've already set up my scene. We've got the hipster home background here, and we've got Loca standing screen left and Aya standing screen right. And let's just have Aya say, do you fancy doing today, Loca? And we'll have it doing the torque shrug animation. And so as Loca, we are going to have a couple of options to choose from. So we're just going to want to write the word choice in here, and then some speech marks. And the first one, let's go to the arcade and open up a curly bracket, and then press return twice and close the curly bracket, and then return again. Open up another speech marks here, and let's put let's go to the park. Close your quotation marks, open a curly bracket, enter twice, return twice, and close your curly bracket. That is the kind of bare bones of every set of choices you're going to put in your story. So the first thing we're going to want to do here is have Loca actually say the answer that you choose. So let's write in here, let's go to the arcade again. So let's add in a character animation. We'll do talk agree, I think. And then let's have a nod in agreement. And then they're both going to exit to head off to the arcade. So Aya exits right and Loca exits right at the same time. So it's at this point that you want things to really change. Now, you can actually put all of your content for the arcade scene within these curly brackets, but I would not recommend doing that because it gets extremely messy and you basically just lose sight of where your brackets are, and it's just going to make things kind of much more difficult for you for no real reason. So the best way for us to do this is to use labels. So you're going to want to write go to and then the_arcade. Now what this does is it sends the player to a label called the arcade, which doesn't exist at the moment, but we are going to create it very shortly. So let's just write that for now. At this point, I wouldn't recommend saving your script until we've created that label, because it will give you an error because that label doesn't exist yet. So just hold off saving it for the time being. And then let's just copy and paste this and pop it in here for the park option. And just instead of let's go to the arcade, let's just change it to park. And then just change that to park as well. So that's all done there. Now all we need to do is actually create our labels and fill them with some content. So we're going to need to write the word label and then the arcade. Hit that return key twice. And so everything that happens now is our arcade scene. So let's chuck in this background. So it's int arcade night. And we're going to have she enters from left to screen right. And then she's going to face left, faces left. And Loca enters from left to screen left. And then let's have Loca say something like, I bet you can't beat my high score on Tekken, let's say. And she's gonna do the talk to the hand animation, I think. Talk to the hand. And let's have a laugh. And then she's gonna say something like, Loca, you're so competitive. And she's going to be kind of jokingly shocked. So we'll do the talk afraid animation there. And obviously in your stories, you're going to want your scenes to be a lot longer than this. But for the purpose of this tutorial, that is pretty much going to be all that's going to happen in the arcade for the time being. So after that, what we're going to want to do is create our second label, which is going to be the park label. So let's put label the park, and this is where we're going to fill the park label with content. But before we do that, if you just left it at this, what would happen is once the arcade scene has run through its course, it would automatically go to the park scene, which is not what we want because we didn't choose to go to the park. So you're going to want to send your player after the arcade scene. You're going to want to send your player to whatever comes after both of them, which we're going to create a new label called something like back home. So let's write go to back underscore home, and again that doesn't exist yet, so I probably would hold off from saving your script until we've created that label at the end. So just remember to add that bit in there, that's quite important. And let's fill our park scene with content. So we can actually copy and paste some of this from the arcade scene. Let's just take this right here. And this time, let's say there's a wasp in the area, and Aya is going to say, let's put, oh my, get in, Loca, be careful, there's a wasp behind you, or something like that. And let's do this scared animation, which actually isn't one that has the character's mouth moving at the time, but you can kind of get away with it with that one, I think. There's a few of the animations in there that are not specifically talking ones, but you can still have your character saying something. Yeah, you can kind of get away with that one, I think. And then let's just have Loca do the panic animation. And that one is a fairly long animation, if I remember right. So we'll just chuck a few pause for a beats in here, just so that we can actually see it running before the scene cuts away too early. So 2 pause for the beats. And let's say that that's the end of that mini scene. So you don't necessarily have to put the go to back home command in this bit, because it's going to naturally run into that label anyway, but I would recommend placing in there anyway. The reason for that is that you may want to come back at some point and add in another option and another scene, and if you do that, things will get really messy unless you have that go to command in there. So even though it's not necessary, I would recommend just having that in there anyway. Let's just create a bit of space here so we can actually see. So go to back home, and then we're going to have the label back home. In this bit, I think before we cut straight back to Loca's house, we may just want to put one of these interior black night backgrounds, which is just a black background, and just have the narrator say something like later that day, just to show that some time has passed. So then we can put the int hipster home day. And as I'm writing this, I've just realized that I've forgotten to put the actual background in for the park section. I did the arcade one, but so label the park. So that is just going to have no background. So let's just add that in. We're going to use exterior flower garden day. Sorry about that. So let's go back here. So int hipster home day. And we're going to have Loca, she enters from right to screen center this time, I think. And then she's going to say something like, I love Aya. She's so much fun. And she's going to be doing the talk smile animation. So I think that is pretty much it. Let me just save that. Check I don't have any errors. Yeah, that's all looking pretty good. So all that's left to do is to show you what choosing both of those options looks like. So here we go. So that is it, guys. I hope that was helpful for some of you. Like I said, I'm going to be going into more complicated ways of doing choices in the next few videos, so keep a lookout for those. I will try to answer some comments as soon as I have some time. I'm really sorry I haven't been on the ball with the comments lately. I have really been slacking in that sense, and I haven't answered a lot of you, but it has got to the point where I'm getting so many comments per day that I can't actually answer you all. So I am really sorry about that. I will try my best to answer as many as I can. Yeah, the only other thing to say is I am writing a new episode story at the moment, and it's going to be called Soulbound. So keep a lookout for Soulbound on the app very soon. It's not out just quite yet, but I will do an announced trailer as soon as it's ready. So keep a lookout in the future, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.